Shalom, Rainicorns. It is Elite, the Empress here, and I had to do a part two to this reading that we did the last time. Today, I went live with a gentleman, and mind you, I don't know if he watches my spiritual channel or not. He watches my Instagram and he follows me over there. And he was talking about, his different aspects of generational wealth and passive income that he has and teaches his children about. We were talking about grounding. That was the topic of that live stream, is talk about grounding, how he has this, and that going on, and how he implements grounding into his routine. This man brought up how essentially the civil rights movement was a scam. And I was just like, okay, yeah, that was my symbol for me to go ahead and do a part two to this reading. Because it was just so much. I was like, bruh, this whole thing with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And like just the messiness behind all these things, and even how it was significant that he passed away in Memphis, Tennessee. Certain people pass away in Memphis, Tennessee. I get it. It's like, oh well, that's a murder town. It's, they call it a dead city. It has a spirit of death over it. True. If death calls your name in the city of Memphis, there's something significant going on, especially if you're a well-known figure. I feel like him passing away, or being assassinated rather, and now there being a memorial, there's several memorials of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Memphis, Tennessee. Growing up, living in the city, going to the Civil Rights Museum, driving past streets named after him, seeing parks be dedicated to him. You really think about it, it's like, did people idolize Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is an idol. People do not exemplify his behavior. People do not replicate his behavior. They idolize the person. That is why I can credit the King family with attending certain community events. His wife, Coretta Scott King, she was an activist in her own right before they got married. So it's much respect in that aspect of things. At the same time, this man was idolized. You could even argue that the movement itself was idolized. Because why is it that, I said this on the live stream earlier, why is it that even in today's time, you have organizations like BLM, Black Lives Matter, scamming Black Americans out of millions of dollars? The guy went live with, he has commercial property, residential property that he can rent out to people. BLM spent the money on expensive real estate that can't be used as an investment. It's not an asset. They bought a bunch of liability properties. What do I mean by that? The houses can be lived in, but if we're talking about renting them out, it's not like it's a small apartment complex. They're individual houses. So even if they were to rent them out, they're in places like, I don't think it was specifically Los Angeles, but it was different areas in California. Buying rental properties in California is not a good cash flow move. And that's not a good tax move either. So we're not talking about millions of dollars being generated for the community, where they could have easily gone to a small town, bought an apartment complex of 50 to 100 units, and generated cash flow for the movement of BLM. They could have easily bought some sort of old warehouse or an old school and transformed that into a homeless shelter with millions of dollars. We're not talking about $100,000 that they got once. We're talking about millions of dollars that American Black people donated out of their own pockets. Even the liberal white people donated to BLM. That's how powerful BLM was. BLM was another aspect of what people thought Dr. Martin Luther King was doing. not going to sit up and say that Dr. Martin Luther King straight up scammed people. He did get a few things accomplished. BLM was about representation. Dr. Martin Luther King was about policy. He got policy and legislation passed, which is progress. It's progress. But why is it that that progress that was made decades ago still was able to produce terrible behavior done by BLM, where we have a bunch of representatives and identity politics going on versus progress being made? People sent their money to this organization just for them to literally do nothing with it. People risk their lives, their livelihood, and their own stability to support a movement that was never for us. Not truthfully. So I say all that to preface what this reading ended off on, and we have to finish it up. So yeah. Electric Lady said, Ellie, how you doing? I'm doing great. I'm feeling fantastic. It's been a beautiful day. And I'm really in a mode to just get stuff done. I feel like all the unfinished business is ready to get finished. It's just a matter of, okay, are you answering the call to get that unfinished business completed? That's where I'm at with it. And I have implemented certain ideals for certain people today. And I let them know, hey, I'm ready to get business done. You ready? Because the thing is, for me, when it comes to certain things, I don't have to get paid immediately after I do something. Like, if I have a passion for something, I'm going to do it whether I get paid or not. Now that I have been through certain things, I figured out how to get paid from things even if I'm not getting paid to do it. If you get what I mean. There's ways to create income from situations that usually would not generate income. So I have creatively, through my thought process, been able to successfully do that. And now I'm at that point of being like, okay, cool, time to implement these ideals, time to implement these strategies into getting these ideas done, into getting these projects finished and completed, because it's things that, like mannerisms, as far as being a generational curse breaker, I'm done with those. Certain things, I'm done with it. I did that. Now, it's time for other things to be all the way completed and finalized and finished for us all. Not just, me, myself. I am an example of what I would like for all people to be. People in the outside the United States don't really have to deal with the stuff that Black Americans got to deal with. People in other countries, not as much. I know some, but not as much. They don't have to have the conversation of reparations. Not really. You have people of today who don't believe that Black Americans deserve reparations, where you have people like me, I got reparations. And the people who were in charge generations before are stupid. Like, they're actually stupid. It's not like, oh, they're just stupid. No, I mean, genuinely, they have mental problems to where our family was never able to benefit as a whole from reparations. How stupid could you be to have something that so many people in this country covet and not use it properly? Same thing with people who got into, I'll say it like this, got into cliques in order to accomplish things. There's nothing wrong with the clique. The word clique has a negative stigma on it. But when you really think about it, a clique is the group of people who have a like mind. There's nothing wrong. Oshun, Empress. There's nothing wrong with having a like mind as other people, as long as you're achieving something positive. So if the narrative was something positive, why is it that so much negativity came from it? Oh no. Time to recalibrate and figure things out in a different way, rather then trying to do the same thing over and over again. This is where we are with the perpendicular realities, where it's like, okay, we still have to achieve the goal. Using the same strategy ain't gonna work. Ain't nobody finna sit up here and fundraise no more. Ain't nobody finna sit up here, start a GoFundMe and try to get this figured out. No. No. Save the GoFundMes for when projects are completed and finished, and there just needs to be extra backing behind it. Okay? Trying to get things off the ground with GoFundMe, no, we're not doing that no more. It's too many scammers. Damn it. Like, what is that about? But y'all just, never mind. But, and then the people who genuinely would like to do something real, they don't really get support. It's time to, no, it's not working. Time to end all of that and move about things in a different type of way. And I'll be documenting my process as I go along, not saying too much in the beginning times. And also, this is a disclaimer that I want to share. A lot of people don't know that they have monitoring spirits on them. So that's another thing. If you watch my channel, make sure that you are cleansing yourself as often as necessary. You know, I recognize that I have to do a whole bunch of spiritual work and a whole bunch of cleansing when I'm around certain people versus when I'm around, either I'm by myself or I'm just doing my content, and I just have to protect myself from like screen work and people who I interact with online. Once certain people are out of my personal life, it's like I don't even have to cleanse as much. I don't even gotta do all that. Like, all that was going on just because I was socializing with people outside of the internet. Because it's like when I go live, when I make my posts, even when I answer certain DMs, I just don't have certain things going on in my life. But I notice when I'm on the phone with people and I'm interacting with them on a regular basis, it be just like certain things going on. And it's like, you got something wrong with you if you constantly causing things to happen in other people's lives to where they have to constantly cleanse from talking to you. Yeah, that's a you problem. And whoever decides to detach themselves, they have every right to detach themselves, because why you got so much crazy stuff going on around you to where people can't just enjoy their lives? Of course, people have issues. Everybody has issues. But somebody talking to you, interacting with you, and then they constantly have to cleanse and cleanse and cleanse and cleanse just because they're socializing with you and you're not benefiting them in a supernatural way. No, it's not an equal give and take, because that's time and energy and sometimes money being used to cleanse from negative energy that they could be using to manifest stuff. They spending all this time cleansing themselves from your weird ass energy or whatever. Monitoring spirits have, it's some nasty words that came to mind. Infested, infected, become parasites to you. They gotta constantly cleanse themselves instead of them just living their life. Yeah, that's an issue. That's an issue. But yeah. Well, Wortman said, peace, goddess. What's good? John Thomas said, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So I'm gonna get to these cards. I just shuffled these ones. I'm gonna shuffle these oracles. I still got this. Y'all gonna see it in a second. I'm gonna see it in a second, but my relative had asked me what this was. I told them what it was. They're like, oh, that's a pretty bottle. I was like, yeah. Well, I tell y'all, I'm so ready to be an old lady. Gosh, I know I'll be sounding random sometimes, but man, being an old lady gonna be so lit. You listen. I've been around these parts too many times. Let me tell you a bit of advice. Even my laugh sound like an old lady. Okay. Is there any? We need to complete this reading that we started with the perpendicular realities, because it took such a wild turn. Black people need to get over themselves as a whole. Like, really, really, not just in a sense of this whole thing of thinking that money is going to solve all problems. Is not. This whole thing of thinking people are better than others because of how much money they have, that does not matter. This whole thing of saying, oh, that's white people stuff. Stop saying that type of shit. When it comes to either enjoying life or being smart financially, the whole natural hair argument of whether women need to wear their natural hair or they want to use artificial stuff. The only thing that I flat out disagree with is relaxers, because that's not just are you chemically altering your hair, but that goes through your scalp and that actually gives other issues outside of whatever hair damage, because it's like, oh, the hair is going to grow back, it's fine. Yeah, but it seeps through your scalp and it actually causes irreparable chemical damages. Some people get scalp burns and they get early symptoms of balding from relaxers. That's the only thing that I would straight up disagree with. If you want to get a silk press, fine. If you want to get a sew-in, fine. If you want to wear wigs, don't be stupid with the amount of glue you use. I feel like get glueless wigs. Wear them wigs that have like a frontal that you don't see the hairline, like whether it's bangs or it's like the swoop thing, something. Just don't be stupid with the amount of glue you use on a regular basis. Otherwise, everybody just shut up. Dang, shut up. Let everybody enjoy themselves. We were beat down for the longest amount of time. Let people enjoy themselves. Just give them advice on how to be smart. If you're going to spend this much money on your nails and hair, and if you get waxes, you know, I feel like we shouldn't wax or shave. Like, it's just trimming and stuff, being healthy. But this is your lifestyle choice. If you get your eyelashes done, what else? Makeup, you do your makeup. I don't agree with artificial enhancers like BBLs and lip fillers. We don't need that. Just do some squats, nigga. And with your lips, just, who cares? Like, who actually cares? Okay, then. Leave that stuff alone. It's not good for you. The maintenance and the wear and tear on your body doesn't make any logical. It does not make any sense. Doesn't make sense. You have to keep going to the doctor for that? No. If you have to keep going to the doctor for it, leave it alone. Okay? But yeah, the superficial stuff, leave folks alone. Let them do what they want to do. If you want to get eyelash extensions, fine. I don't see an issue with it. Because there's nothing permanent happening to your body. That's something just like nails. There's nothing permanent happening to your body. John Thomas said weaves carry curses. For real, for real. Glad you said that. Yeah, the real hair ones. If you get artificial hair, like synthetic hair, no, it's plastic. But yeah, I can't agree with getting real hair. Just invest in a higher grade synthetic hair instead of getting hair from someone else's scalp. If you're gonna get hair from someone else's scalp, get an actual afro wig. Because you can straighten an afro wig. If it's from somebody's actual head, you want to get it from somebody's head that actually is part of your culture. At the very least. Because if you get one of those other cultures' heads, you don't know what they're dealing with. And we can see that a lot of the girlies who wear those wigs end up kind of acting weird. I'm going to leave that there. John Thomas said exactly. Yup. Yeah, we got this. We got this, culture. We got this. So, I'm going to shuffle up these oracle cards next. John said, please be mindful. Oh, I need to mix these cards. Not yet? Okay. Shuffling up these cards because I'm just so done. I'm over it. Like, me personally, and I know a lot of people are done with it too, because then people like to have that whole argument about like relationships and stuff. It's like people don't even like themselves enough to be in a relationship. Oh, sure, a dude could flash some money and go get some chicks. A girl could shake her ass to get a nigga, but that's not a relationship. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not at all what I'm talking about. And I'm done with those going in circle conversations. How about everybody heal whatever issues they had before and then continue on with their hobbies and just meet someone along the way of them doing their hobbies. How about that? Okay. Oh, channel song Big Bank by Big Sean, Nicki Minaj, 2 Chains. Was there somebody else in the song? Big Bank, that was Little Bank. Big Bank, take a little bank. Type of money you don't need to say. Type of money you don't need to say. Okay. And then for some reason, 2 Chains part, what he saying? Then you know this other young man then threw a birthday party in the Phantom. I could buy a Bentley, don't talk to me. Like, that part just keeps replaying in my head. I really like that song. And then one of the lines that I really like from Nicki, she said, something on my bankroll, shook my ass like a steak hoe. It's just like, she gonna do what she gonna do anyway. If we shake an ass, we shake an ass on a yacht. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're done with all the dumb stuff. We're done with it. But I'm serious. It's been in my head for a few hours now. I'm really giddy. And I'm happy about this perpendicular reality, because this was like, whew, we're done with that. I do be having fun. I'm telling you, I don't need a whole group of people to be around me all the time. I be in the crib, and this is how my brain works. I be having a good time. Okay. So this is the spread from last time. Well, let me refresh y'all's memory. This is the Unicorn Mermaid, Daring. The Unicorn Wave, Intensity. Unicorn Seahorse, Perspective. The Unicorn Race, Rush. Unicorn Cat, Hunting. And the Unicorn Flame, Creativity. So I'm taking up the Oracle cards. Come on now, get up. What I'm going to do is build upon the African American Tarot deck spread. And this is the card that we got last time. This is Vav, the number 6, letter W, V. All right. This is what we got last time. And whew. Temperance, King of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Chalices, Knight of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I forgot to say Temperance in reverse. 3 of Wands, Judgment, 10 of Swords. Tragic. Okay, are we not going to take this one? Okay, they said we're not going to take this one, but let's see what it was. The Star card. That's interesting. Very interesting. Aquarius energy. Oh! The Lovers came out. That is Gemini energy. So air signs? Something going on with air signs. Okay, so I might butcher these names. Adria Bonabanana. Adria Halala. So these are the first people. So we're going back to the origins. Back to the origins of everything. How we are gods and goddesses of this realm. Ye are gods, children of the Most High. So we have 7 of Swords. So again, swords, air. Are we in the astral plane or the thought plane? I said both. Okay. The Fool. Dang! Yo, all the shade thrown at Dr. Martin Luther King. I'm done. Because on this one, it's the 9 of Pentacles. So that's thought. And basically, well, this is the baboon tricks the lion. So he's drinking water, and he has a mask on the back of his head, making it look like it's not a baboon drinking water. So he doesn't eat him, and he confused. He don't know what's going on. We have the Lovers on top of the Knight of Pentacles, which is teaching and mentoring on the proper union of our people. Then you got the Ten of Pentacles over here, which is supposed to be abundance, generational wealth, and ancestral protective spirits. And then the African American figure associated with it is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but it's in reverse. And then we got Fool on top of that. That is intense, Brody. Martin, what did you do? Who did you upset in the cosmic, ancestral, astral realms, buddy? Let's look at the Seven of Swords real quick. Seven of Swords, like I said, is the baboon tricks the lion. And then up here, you have Paul Robinson. Robeson? Paul Robeson is up here. So that's expedient, subterfuge, deception, hidden plans, bold attempts, idle chatter, bragging. They got the money. So Dr. Martin Luther King did swindle people? I'm sick of this. Every time I try to get away from... let's just see what comes out. Because like I said, that's on top of the Nine of Pentacles. Which is also on top of the Eight of Pentacles. People work hard. On top of the King of Pentacles, people worked hard. There was a lot of businessmen and investors around. It's not like black people weren't doing nothing at all. People worked hard. They believed in King. They believed in Malcolm too, but he was more about getting it moving. The chalice is his water. Getting it moving, flow. We talk about pentacles here. That's structure. That's organization. King had organization. Then I said he got secret babies too. So then that's also a double aspect with the lovers situation here. Man, I don't like going into this, bro, because with the secret, that's the sad part about it. I don't like talking about this, but anyway, the mixed children were getting taught a lot of things. It's not necessarily that they didn't deserve to know because they were black, but they were also telling those secrets to white people, and they shouldn't have done that. But they have a conflict of interest because it's not like they can ignore their lineage of being a white person. It's right there. They have a white mom. So it is what it is. So that's what I mean. Mentor, teacher. That information is getting out there to the different people, whether they're supposed to or not. And then we got the Fool card on top of King. Like, this is sad. Like, this is actually sad. Jeez. We have Legaba with the Knave of Chalices. A lot of people don't like Legaba. And in this situation, I can say that this isn't the most positive thing. I can say that. You see, Legaba is a crossroads deity. He's there when you got to make a choice. And a lot of people chose wrong. I'm darn near scared to pull this next card because my thing is, when I do my readings, I like to be productive and see how we can get something out of whatever it is I'm reading. I'm not here for the juicy gossip, even though I do enjoy the tea. I do. This is not the type of tea that I want to partake in. It's not. Because dang it. These people and these figures that we respect, they just keep letting us down in ways that don't make sense. Are we taking this one? Jeez. We got the Eight of Swords, which is Gagorib. And then the historic figure is Ida Wells Johnson. Let me make sure I'm saying her name properly. I'm going to just keep this out. Ida Wells Barnett, not Johnson, Barnett. They want me to highlight Holly Springs, Mississippi, and Chicago, Illinois. 1869 and 1931. And those characteristics are provocation, conflict, crisis, obstacle, trouble. Man, look, like I said, with the swords and the air energy, it's just weird. It's weird stuff going on. And this is not good at all. Like, these are not good results. It started off great, and now we got a bunch of weirdo activity that's completely unnecessary. Why we got the crossroads deity that a lot of people depict as a demon, and then we have an actual troublemaking demon right next to each other, on top of the Fool And on top of somebody getting tricked, right next to some lovers, though. When y'all gonna learn to stop fucking? Jeez. Leave it alone. Leave the pussy alone. Leave the pussy alone. Leave it alone. You don't need it. It's not that serious. It's really not that serious. This is why I got my podcast now. Make sure y'all get y'all subscriptions and y'all membership to the Tantric Time Lords podcast. We got the Three of Chalices. Now, this is interesting. Is this a third party? Because I don't usually read the Three of Cups or Chalices as a third party energy. Oh, my. And we got the Death card. I'm done. Who we talking about? Dr. Martin Luther King. And then Malcolm X is mentioned. What happened with both of them? They got killed. Bro, I'm done. What? Man, what? Because what else even needs to be said? What Malcolm do? Oh, they say he didn't do nothing. Because he got accused of being a pimp. Now, the thing is, I can respect the pimp. Because a pimp is a pimp. And that's a business. But he's not even a pimp, though. They said he was getting pimped out. But that wasn't the case either. That was one of those smear campaigns that they ran against him. So that people would not validate what he said and take it as serious. That's one thing about American people. They don't like somebody who got some sort of weird sex stuff going on, but they protect predators. Folks are weird. I don't know what the heck is up with America. The United States is so strange. But anyway, let's look up the characteristics of the Three of Chalices specifically. So this entity is called Mbaba Warse. And then in the back we got Louis Armstrong, New Orleans and New York. Abundance, conviviality, good cheer, companionship, resolution of problems, psychic evolution. That's how I usually read this card. It's usually a great card, but right now it's not. It's a third party energy. And I don't like that weirdo type of stuff that be going on with these quote-unquote third-party energies and these tarot readings. Because it's always somebody trying to split up a relationship. Because even with death, I usually read that as transformation and something beautiful happening. But it's not. This is literally the death of a revolution. The death of people, literal people. And the death of a movement. Dr. Martin Luther King got idolized and solidified in history as that without the proper progress being completed. There was so much that was incomplete. Like I said in the beginning, we got this unfinished business getting taken care of. I'm done. Me personally, I'm done. And I think as the matriarch of Generation Z, I speak for all of us when I say we are done. We're not dealing with this stuff anymore. What are y'all talking about? Law, here we go. Okay, and here comes the star card. Star coming over Legba. That's a Kuj. That's the entity's name. The stars, god of the sky. So again, with that Aquarius air energy, is this Seven of Pentacles? Did that come in reverse or sideways? Oh, that came out kind of weird. We're going to take you that way, though. Seven of Pentacles represents healing. So we're back at the Pentacles, which is healthy. So we just had the Death card. We got a skeleton right there. And this man looked laid out, like he finna pass, but he not. He just tired. He just need to get in the water. So that's the entity Tano. And that represents healing. So we gonna look deeper into that in a second. Oh, and then I say it. Okay? Because at first we had death. We had Legba up under here. Man, tell me why we got Yemodra with the Queen of Swords and we got the Devil with a Nancy. Man, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a break and explain those cards in a second. We got 5 viewers and 5 likes. Yeah. I'm so... Okay. Oh, y'all got a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, Wayne Wortman laughing. I know. John Thomas said facts. Tarragon said, are those tarot cards? Yeah. Okay, y'all talking to each other. Okay. John said, funny you said Aquarius energy. That's my sciences. Okay. I'd say so. Electric Lady said, Martin wasn't who you think he was. Man, Winston, come on, the milk cake. Electric Lady said, oh, getting the covers pulled off of them. I'm telling you, getting the covers pulled off of them like it's a winter day. And they got on 2 blankets and a quilt. Give me that. Give me that. What you hiding for, sir? Jeez. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I can't. Because this is so annoying. The last thing I want to do is read on historic figures that a lot of people respect. Because that means that people have been scammed. For real, for decades. Because why is it that we still have black movements? We shouldn't still have movements going on to liberate black people. That doesn't make sense. Of course, all the work could not have been done by Marcus Garvey, Fred Hampton, Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Of course, all the work couldn't have been done by those specific individuals with their own specific movements. At the end of the day, we should be far more progressed than we are now. People should not question black millionaires who have legit businesses. People should not question the longevity of healthy black marriages. People should not question somebody who lives a nice life without having to do all types of crazy stuff because they have generational wealth to take care of them. Why do people have an issue with black trust fund babies? Why do people have an issue with black people who benefit from, we should not have issues of people benefiting from colorism. That should not still be a thing. And that's coming from someone who benefits from colorism. Now, do I use my colorism like that? I really don't. I don't intentionally use my colorism. Well, use the benefits of colorism to assist me and help me out. I do my best to just stay away from certain aspects of that. At the end of the day, we still have race wars arguments, colorism arguments, texturism arguments. People don't even know what 4C hair is. I know for a fact I ain't got 4C hair, but you got people who got my type of hair texture who try to be like, watch me get ready with me while I do my 4C hair. No, leave them folks alone. People with 4C hair have a different type of struggle. Let them represent them and stop rage baiting. The heck is up with that? We got these companies who make these natural hair products that's poisonous to us. Why are you making natural hair products that are an issue? There's too many issues. We have Madam C.J. Walker. She walked so we could run. She invented the pressing comb so that folks didn't have to do relaxers the way that they're doing relaxers. Like what? She was one of the first women black millionaires in the country and created, it was somewhat of an MLM system where people, women specifically, could benefit from selling her products. No, she had it going on. She had it going on. Why are figures like her not recognized more for black enterprise? Female black enterprise. Yeah, no. Nah, these folks got me fucked up. That's why I had to take a moment, because I'm actually kind of mad right now. I know I'll be joking. I know I'll be having a good time, but that's because I'll be so mad. That sounds so funny. I know I'll be joking sometimes. I'll be pissed off, really. Bro. When with the 100, Electric Lady said they don't like the real. They don't. They don't. They like seeing black people beg for stuff. That's why Dr. Martin Luther King had the platform he had. He was a begging ass nigga sitting up at white people's restaurants and having sit-ins. I get it. Make the statement. Make the statement. Do the next thing. Tulsa Massacre happens. We did the thing. Everybody get killed. Do it again. I don't care how many times it's got to restart and restart and restart. Do it again. Do it again. Because now you look at my generation. Listen, the amount of sass that comes from dudes nowadays, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. They didn't really have to fight for much. Where if they actually had to fight for themselves, they wouldn't meet people with the amount of sass that they have. The ones that I do come across that are relatively masculine and they're structured and they're in order with the way that they behave, man, it shouldn't be a minority. That should be a norm. A certain level of masculinity should be a norm for males. Females should not have to be forced into their masculinity to protect themselves so much. The masculines around them should protect them. Why are we having basic survival conversations? Why? If we're equal and we're liberated as a black people, why do we have movements? Why has redlining still affected our people to this day? Why are government programs pushed toward our specific demographic? Somebody did some stuff they weren't supposed to do back in the day. Because in a lot of ways, the illusion that things got better, a lot of stuff actually did get worse. I remember, I'm gonna get back to the reading in a minute and read y'all's comments in a second. I remember when I would overhear conversations and there would be some media that would talk about these things and folks would be like, oh yeah, I had a baby and then I got this amount of assistance and I got this. You just get a baby. Yeah, just have a baby. You get this for free, you get that for free. And they really think like that. They really thought that way, and that actually made sense to them. Because in their eyes, a baby equals free stuff from the government. Rather than find a good man and build a family with him. And he could take care of the family financially, and I could take care of him as a wife. The rhetoric then became, you get a baby and then you get a whole bunch of free stuff. I remember that when I was younger. We're not going to sit up here and be like, oh, we were indoctrinated in this and that. A lot of these moms train their daughters to think that way. I saw it happen. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Sure. People were indoctrinated to kind of think that way. But black men were pushed out of a lot of homes. Intentionally. When they already had children. So then you have people growing up being told, if you already start your life without a man and be a single mom intentionally on purpose to get government assistance, that's different. That's different. Electric Lady say, yes, he betrayed his own people. When Wartman said, I agree. Electric Lady said, facts 100. That was for the women to kick the man out. Wynn said, I saw it too. We seen it. But here's the thing. The man didn't even get kicked out. At first they did, yeah. They got kicked out at first. But that's my point is, they intentionally started these homes without a man. Of course, they used the man to create the baby. But they had no intention of marrying and having a family. They wanted child support, food stamps, Section 8, and whatever other assistance they could get. When if you find a man with a good job, back in that time, $50K was good money. So if you add up the amount of money you get from government assistance and compare it to that man's salary, there's really no comparison. Go with the husband. Go with the husband. People getting divorced is a different story. People splitting up, even if you didn't get legally married and you had a long-term relationship and things don't work out after the baby, that's different. I'm talking about these girls who were groomed into becoming single mothers intentionally. Because that's what their moms told them to do. Their aunties told them to do it. Their family friend, the church women told them to do it. That's where I got my bone to pick. Electric Lady said the government ain't shit. Um, I was born in the 60s and I seen it all. Man. And I believe that y'all's testimonies mean a whole lot. Because, like I don't know the age of the gentleman that was on live with earlier, but he said his dad fought in the Vietnam War and he has 8 children. So I could only assume that y'all may be part of the same age group. Because my parents, they were born in the 70s. Oh, my dad was born in the late 60s. My mom was born in the 70s. So y'all's voices mean a lot. I mean that. I'm so serious when I say that. Y'all's voices mean a lot to help people actually realize what the heck's been going on. Because I don't know how these idiots got platforms. So many idiots have platforms. Old idiots have platforms. I seen how Flavor Flav was investing on trying to save Red Lobster. I'm like, nigga, you so you gonna do all this to save Red Lobster, but you can't start up a venture capital to help black-owned businesses? What about the mom and pop restaurants? My dude, what? You don't want to have like a business partnership? I'm just saying, for an example. You don't like, because I think Rick Ross, he got some restaurants too. I don't know. I know he owns franchises, but I don't know if he has his own brand of restaurant. But you don't want to do like a partnership with Rick Ross or Yo Gotti or something to help them get their restaurants up? Yo Gotti got his own restaurant. I've been to it. It's called The Privé. It's nice. You don't want to invest in him? I'm not saying he's on the verge of any financial issue. It's just that boost could help out. Get some more tourism coming to his restaurant. What about Red Lobster? Red Lobster going into bankruptcy because Red Lobster made bad business decisions. How do you have a brand like Red Lobster and filed for bankruptcy? They didn't keep up with what was necessary with the moving times. A lot of restaurants suffered during 2020 anyway. Move on from the big corporations. Maybe buy their recipes or something and then sell them commercially, whether it's to other restaurants or in the grocery store. But Flavor Flav, you gonna use your resources to help a multi-million-dollar brand because they're going into bankruptcy when you can help our people? It's a publicity stunt. He might do it, he might not, but because his name's in the media, people are, that's just how clout works. That's how media recognition works. When you do something big or say you're going to do something big, then it helps you out whether you achieve or accomplish a thing or not. That's just how it works. But even stuff like that, I'm clocking it. I'm clocking it. Other people are also clocking it. It's like, that's a publicity move. Electric Lady say, yep, exactly. That's our problem. We won't stick together. Well, I'm finna clear this out because this is ridiculous here. Let's get back to this. We can't keep having the same issues going on because it's like, why is it with all black people? It's rare that you find a group of black people that don't act this way. It's like you go, whether it's super wealthy black people at millionaire status like Flavor Flav, like Future, like they be up there finding Kanye West is a billionaire. And he still got ex-wife issues. He got a white wife nonetheless. But that man paying child support is a billionaire. What's going on? These generational curses ain't nothing to play with. All right, so we got Akuj right here with the star card, Aquarius energy, and we got the 7 of Pentacles with the god Tano. So let's look these up. So the star is sensitivity, hope, spiritual awareness, harmony with oneself and others, joy of living. And the negative aspects of that, they just want me to highlight those. Shattered hopes, lack of confidence, deceptions of the mind. Didn't we say that this was deception? The deception card up here? Okay, then. And that's all getting corrected. The 7 of Pentacles. Tano is the god of healing. And then in the back, we got Henry Ocean Flipper from Thomasville, Georgia. And we got Atlanta. And that's commitment, self-criticism. Oh, they want me to say the years. 1856 in Thomasville, Georgia, and then 1940 in Atlanta. We have commitment, self-criticism, objective evaluation of one's own work, partial gains, importance of being able to wait, dedication. The shadow work. The shadow work. Shadow work and perseverance, patience. Then we got the Queen of Swords. And they have it spelled Yamaja. I call her Yemoja. Other people know her as Yemega. And that's a protector goddess of women in childbirth. And that's in Nigeria. Intellectual independence, ability to follow many trains of thought simultaneously, complex, highly intelligent person, balance between emotions and intellect. So my righteous rage, I'm gonna still speak about the reading, but my righteous rage is getting soothed right now. So at the bottom of the deck here we have the devil, which is obscurity and deception. Again, deception. Opposite of stars is deception. And we got Anansi, the mocker from West Africa. The light side of the devil is charm, seduction, magnetism, sexuality, experience freely, passionate spirit. But the shadow aspect is lust, temptation, greed, lack of scruples, abuse, evil, self-destructive will. So the lack of scruples is basically pacing oneself, not having moderation. And they got too much. Look, you see, it's two naked women. It was just too much women. It's three naked women. You got titties, and titties, and they couldn't handle it. The Reverend couldn't handle all the titties. That's just what happened. Those are supposed to be children, so I'm not going to count that one. Oh my gosh. That's so irritating and annoying because that's really what happened. It was just too much feminine energy and they couldn't handle it. It's healing those. Well, I don't know the history of Dr. Martin Luther King. I actually don't know his childhood. So maybe there are some issues that happened in his childhood that are significant as to what happened. Because it wasn't just him as an individual. He had teams. He had mobs of people behind him. How did those mobs of thousands of people across the whole country not accomplish what was supposed to be accomplished? Like, that's a cult to me. If the person dies and then the movement dies, that sounds like a cult. Because weren't y'all supposed to keep going? Weren't y'all supposed to keep going with this message of what he said to do? Or was it just about him? That's idolization. That's what I mean. And that's even where the devil comes in even more. Idolization. Man. And the last thing I want to do is sit up here and call Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. the devil. That's like kind of out there. At the same time, he was a reverend. He was a reverend preaching the word and then being a hypocrite at the same time. So, unfortunate. So his children have done a lot of healing. Or they need to do a lot of healing. Because this is embarrassing. And people haven't realized how actually embarrassing it is. And they've been put on the spotlight for so many years. But they're just shining in the spotlight without results for real. Because it's like, yes, certain legislation was passed. But at what cost when black people are still treated the way that they're treated today? What progress has actually been made when we still have police brutality? We still have sundown towns. What's actually happening in the United States when people have been idolized for abolishing racism, getting people civil rights, when we still deal with what we struggle with today? No. Ace of Wands in reverse. That's Omumbo and Bonga, the tree entity in reverse. And we have the Hermit. And that threw me for a loop. Solitude, solidarity, singleness. And they want me to highlight too that up under the Hermit is the Queen of Wands, which is Mami Wada. So we got the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So Coretta Scott King. After Martin died, Coretta Scott King became a widow, alone, in solitude. Now, she was an activist, like I said, in her own right. So what happened with her? Because this tree is reverse. The Hermit's in the upright, and the Queen of Wands is in the upright, but the Queen is hiding up under the Hermit, though. Was she depressed? She was depressed to find out the truth. So it's like she continued in her activism, but it just wasn't the same when he died. This is so sad. It's really sad because I get it. I get it for sure. You can only do so much after so many years, and then to find out that you pretty much were betrayed. There's so much deception all up in this reading. So then having to heal from that, not even knowing that you were going to have to heal from that, and you're in the spotlight all the time. Your marriage is in the spotlight all the time. King is in the spotlight with this marriage all the time, even to this day. So just being quiet about it and not saying anything seems like the most logical choice, but is that the healthiest decision though? You see, this tree is lifeless, but it's in reverse too. Wands represent fire and magic. Was there a curse put on the family? That's interesting, because I don't even know what that would be about. I don't even know what that would be about. Because again, I'm not just trying to read on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm trying to see what happened with all these people to where we still have, like I said, I was live with this gentleman today. He told me about the generational wealth he had and the passive income he created for his family and how he was able to do certain things and abide by certain law codes to be able to benefit from how this country is structured. And you got people looking at him sideways just because he's a black man. We shouldn't have to deal with that. It's not just envy and jealousy. It's people see a black man and don't think he should be a king in his own right. Even Dr. Martin Luther King wasn't treated like a king for real. It's a mentality thing. Because it's not just white people doing and saying this stuff that hurts us. It's our own people doing it to ourselves. It's moles and rats in the system. It's our own family members doing this stuff to us. That's my point. What's wrong with our people? Forget the white people. We have the resources and the network to be able to do a lot of things ourselves. Forget the white people. What's wrong with our people? And why are they doing stuff crazy? Oh my gosh. Didn't I say, did they have their did a spell? What? Didn't I say that somebody put a spell on their family? And we have the unicorn fairy in reverse, which is magic. So that means, yes, there was a curse put on their marriage. I don't like this. I don't like this. Because their relationship was turned upside down. But no one knew because she died a widow. Did he die because he cheated? Oh, that's that karma. That's that karma stuff that people don't be talking about. He was pillow talking with some bitch and she got him set up. Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm good. Hold on. That's some Samson and Delilah type stuff. Mystery. Because look, the deception card is right here. And it's a mystery on how he was deceived. No, he was pillow talking with some bitch. And she's a snow bunny. Damn it. I know what I be talking about. No. Because the same thing happens over and over again. Somebody cursed their relationship. Some white bitch came into the scene. And then he got... Look, let's see what happens. He got played like a fool. Look, what the fuck? What did I... Ooh! We got the unicorn peacock, which represents beauty, and it's in reverse, Nick, bro. Oh, she's so beautiful. I love my snow bunnies. No! No, that's a snake. Look at her. Look how the cards match with the pink and the green. No. No. I know what I be talking. Look, bruh. Look, man. I'm done. Oh, my gosh. Because I feel like I'm doing a lot, but I don't like how this is, bruh. Oh, my. Yo. Because why? Because the thing is, it's like, this isn't something that you can just straight up blame on white people. How would a white person get the knowledge and power to be able to cast such a strong spell? No, that's some nigga magic. That's some nigga magic. Because who benefits from black people not being liberated? Coon ass black people. A demon. Problem, these demons be sexy too. That be the problem. Unicorn demon ass nigga representing desire. They wanted King's spot and they couldn't have it. This the same area that Legbar sits at. When you mess with Legbar the wrong way, you bring out that demonic side. Man. Because the Bible talks about when you commit acts of adultery, it brings about curses. This didn't happen to all the men. No, it didn't. They infiltrated King's camp with a bunch of white women? No, bro. Now my whole card done fell on the floor. Hold on. They did not infiltrate King's camp with a bunch of white women. No, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. Let's see. We have the unicorn constellation, which is hope. We have desire and hope right next to each other. That sounds like stripper names. Damn. So it was a bunch of white strippers? Hold on. Desire and hope are strippers. You can't tell me anything different. Jeez. Because we got mystery up under there. That sounds like Mystique. That sounds like a stripper name. Or mystery itself could be a stripper name. Desire and hope. You got me fucked up. They went to the strip club. Now, you a pastor, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You're not supposed to be at the strip club. You're not supposed to be preaching at a white strip club. Vulnerability. We got the unicorn flower. Vulnerability. Oh, she doesn't. She gets me the way my wife does, and my wife doesn't get me the way that you do. At the bottom of the deck, we got the unicorn flame creativity. She doesn't spark the fire in me the way that you do. She's getting paid to be a whore, man. What are you talking about? They brought my rage back. I was okay for a minute, but I don't pick up stuff that specific unless it's really important. The camp was infiltrated by a bunch of white women, I'm assuming are strippers. Or they use strippers. Some way there's some strippers. Talking about desire and hope. Stripper names. Vulnerability. Like I said, Samson and Delilah. Delilah was able to pillow talk with Samson, and then he told her his deepest, darkest secret, and she used it against him. She cut off his locks, and then he was weak. With King, he told some white girl something, or somebody in King's camp told the white girl about something, and it brought down King's protection. Y'all, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. What? It was blackmail? They said that they were gonna blackmail King with the fact that he had some sort of secret baby or babies. Because I'm picking up as more than one. They were gonna blackmail him, tell his wife. If something. Was he gonna tell his wife? So he was gonna tell his wife, or he did tell his wife before he died. It's always some dumb stuff going on. Because me personally, I don't see how people could be in situations like that and get that distracted. How you get that distracted? They got comfortable because they have money on them. I don't see how that's an excuse. It's not an excuse. That's the explanation, because that's what happened. Males operate different because they're wired differently. Okay, I'm still... Electric Lady said he was a chaster. He still betrayed his people. Oh, I meant to say shyster. Okay. When Wortman said, bruh, really? That's sad, MLK. Freethinker said, present. Oh, I'm late. Live almost over. Who said the live was almost over? When Wortman said, self-hate. Electric Lady said, Martin used to be fooled with white women. Wynn said, them white girls. Electric Lady said, shit, he wanted some white for JJ. Look. People don't talk about why the importance of marriage is so prominent. Faithful marriages. Because it'd be an entirely different dynamic if he wasn't married. It'd be totally different. It would actually make sense. It would make way more sense. But because he was married, that makes it horrifying. Because what you got going on? You have an activist wife behind you. Your team not solid. Somebody in his team. I'm gonna pull some numbers with Hebrew and then see what comes out. Electric Lady said he even said James Earl Ray didn't kill him. It was another person in the room. Man, did I miss a comment? Oh, okay, no, I didn't. Okay. Okay, I'm finna pull some Hebrew numbers. I'm gonna pull 3 numbers. So we have Bet, which is number 2. Bet with Dagesh, the letter B. So we have 2. Dalet, number 4. Letter D. So we have 2, 4. Oh, not you falling all the way down there. Okay, I think, is it upside down? I think it goes this way. So yeah, I don't know what this is. This is Resh number 20, the letter R. So we have 2, 4, 20. They got high. They drugged him. They were high. Dang. There must have been some strong reefer or something. Because I don't recall people getting high off of just some marijuana and killing people. Oh, they used it to make him docile? Did they find... Well, you know, they don't always be telling the truth about them autopsies. Or they probably weren't even able to tell if he was high or not. Oh, man. Or they could have poisoned him and made him more docile. Man. Okay, let's look for solutions. I'm done being frustrated. What's the solution to finding out that a lot of these situations could have very well been prevented had everybody stayed focused? What is the solution in our time today? What can we do about this information that we now have collectively together and what we know about our historic figures? What are solution-based ideas that we can implement as a group, as a diaspora? Cut the deck, the devil came back out again. What can we implement? I'm not finna pull a whole lot. Dr. King just whispered in my ear and said, thank you. And Coretta, she seconded him and said, thank you, telepathically. You don't want your children to find my channel? Okay, well, that's fine. Let whoever needs to find my channel find it so that they can implement solutions. If your children can't handle it, then okay. They were groomed and are sensitive. Jeez. He said that. Ooh, not the tower at the bottom of the deck. So we got the 9 of Pentacles again.
Mommy,
Yes.
I finished my wraps.
Okay, awesome. We got the 9 of Pentacles again. We have 2 mystery cards. We have the tower at the bottom of the deck. So let's look at... Oh, they're gonna lose their generational wealth? Y'all look, it's the same hut. It's this hut and the huts. And it's the same exact one. He worked so hard and it's all crashing down. But that's what happens when you fuck up. That's exactly what happens when you fuck up, man. Like, dang. Look, he working hard. He working hard. That's the 8 of Pentacles. So these are the solutions for us. Like, continue to work hard and implement what we know now. As far as, of course, healing, but financially as well. It's staying focused. It's dedication to the craft. This is really big on dedication, but dedication to the craft, staying focused, keeping your head down. You got an inventor up here. Look, here he comes, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in the upright. That's how you have the generational wealth. You see the husband, the wife, and the baby? It's the same hut. This is the hut too, right here. That's the home. That's how you bring protection to your family. Staying dedicated to your craft. Putting that generational wealth into your children. Agriculture. Having livestock. Let's look at these oracles. Ending. I'm done. Unicorn leaf. Ending. We have unicorn mountain stability. That's what happens. Generational wealth is stability. This is abundance. This is the work. That's the active income. This card represents passive income. Yes. You need to go to bed now. It's too late for more food. Too many cards. An abundance of cards. Metamorphosis. Unicorn butterfly. In the unicorn constellation, hope is out again. Our hope is in ourselves and never to idolize anybody this much ever again. Because you see, I said, what's the solution? Straight pentacles came out, man. Creating stability for ourselves, never relying on another individual this much ever again in our existence of being in this country, being in other countries. Never rely on an individual to save us ever again. Everybody focus on themselves, focus on their own families. End the cycles of waiting for a Messiah. You see the ripples? End the cycles. Create your own ripple effect. Create stability for your own self and for your own family. This is stability. This is a home. Connection with your ancestors. Transform through your work and create abundance. That tower gonna hit hard. That's what's necessary for the hope to be realized. People done got too comfortable waiting for a Messiah. This is the answer. How I end the whole reading, he comes out again. As I said, he was talking to me as I was pulling his card. Just to tell us to work hard and focus on yourself and never focus on a person like him ever again. It is okay to admire people. It is okay to admire someone's work. It is okay to work with people. Never depend on an individual and idolize them ever again. It don't matter if we are gods and goddesses in this realm. We still act like humans. And that's facts. Man. So with the Eight of Pentacles, this entity's name is Goo. And then the person, his name is Elijah McCoy. And he's from Colchester, Ontario, Canada. And he lived in Detroit. So he was in Canada, 1844, and Detroit, 1929. Manual dexterity, craftsmanship, skill, dedication, commitment. As we know, Ten of Pentacles, Ombriri, Ancestral Protecting Spirits, Gabon, Martin Luther King Jr., Atlanta, Georgia, 1929, Memphis, Tennessee, 1968. Family harmony, health, well-being, family incomes, agreement, inheritance. Nine of Pentacles, the boy in the coin-filled gourd, Senegal. And that person is Jan Matslinger, Paramaribo, Dutch Guyana, 1852. Lynn, Massachusetts, 1889. Material wealth, security, ease, serenity, discernment, and prudence. That discernment is keeping your head down and focusing. That's what that is. And you notice how all the masculines are looking that way? Except for him right here. But on the cards, he's looking this way. 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 And they're looking this way. Everybody's looking the same way, staying focused. He's the only one turned the other direction. Did he also pass away? Because it looks like he also had a short lifespan. I said 1852 and 1889. That only seems like 30-some years. Let me look him up real quick. I wasn't going to look anyone up, but that's interesting. The fact that he was the only one turned that way, and his card is a discernment card. Okay. Okay. So he was an inventor. It says Jan Ernst Matzeliger. I'm gonna spell his last name. Matzeliger was a Surinamese. Oh my gosh, he was a Surinamese American inventor whose automated lasting machine brought significant change to the manufacturing of shoes. The United Shoe Manufacturing Corporation Company was founded to make his shoemaking device. He was 36 years old. They said he died of tuberculosis. He was working a little bit too hard. So, not basically being in manufacturing a little too much and not having enough outside time, breathing in the wrong type of air. Woo! Okay. That's so much. That is so much. But okay, y'all. I'm finna go. Because, man, it really. It's just the fact that it really took all that for people to just. It just literally stay focused and stop idolizing people. That's it. Stop idolizing people. Focus on your personal greatness. Focus on your personal work. And create generational wealth for yourself. Nobody is going to save you and give you stuff. It's like the only time black people are actually entitled to anything is when it's the topic of reparations. That's it. Don't nobody else owe nobody else nothing for real. If we're being honest, maybe some advice here and there, but just giving folks money, giving folks houses, giving folks cars. You see, our people can be the most ungrateful motherfuckers ever. We see that with our eyes. And can't nobody tell me nothing about that. A lot of our people can be the absolute most ungrateful people on the entire planet. Because they'll look at you after you give them something and be like, oh, that's it? Bitch. You want me to take it back or something? This was so much. But okay, as the matriarch of Generation Z, I hereby declare that we stop focusing on these movements and everybody focus on what you're gifted and talented at. Invest in yourself and do your absolute best. That sounds so corny, But think about it. If everybody genuinely focused on themselves, whether they had a side business while they work a job or whether they full time go into entrepreneurship, full time go into being an investor, whatever the case is, learning those high level industries and learning about the ins and outs of an industry rather than just the surface level of what that industry is. Here we go. Also, for those of us who are going into things like inventions or the manufacturing of inventions, also focusing on eco-friendly and sustainability, eco-friendly items, eco-friendly production, and sustainability. Electric Lady said facts. One woman said 100. Justin Fell said powerful stuff. All the answers are within. Yes. Like, they're always, it's like, it's the fact that that was the solution. And we already knew that that was the solution. And like, oh my gosh, I could really rant. I might rant on my Instagram because I really want to keep this page like informational and everything. I might rant about this because, first of all, the secret babies. What the heck? And then they're telling our secrets about things to those who don't need to know the secrets. And then you got these coon ass Negroes who think that white people see them any better. The only reason they value coons is because they betray black people. That's the only reason that they value coons. Your value is based on how much you are a pussy. To betray your own people for the likeness of those who hate you. No, if coons were smart, they would get in these folks' back pocket, use them, and then infiltrate them and bring their information back to black people. Oh, okay. So coons, that's y'all's advice. Find all the information you can find out about these white people and bring it back to black people. It's pretty simple. Do everybody a favor and do the same exact tactic that you did with them and reverse it. Perpendicular reality, right? Okay, then. I'm gonna go. This was kind of stressful, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna pull one more Hebrew card. Hold on. The Hebrew Israelites. Oh, geez. I just heard somebody say the Hebrew Israelites are a bunch of coons. That's funny. Are we taking this one? This is Sadi, number 18. The letter T, S, T. Sadi. We have Het, number 8. The letter combination CH with the ch or the k sound. The Hebrew Israelites are a bunch of coons. That's hilarious. Bottom of the deck, we got Bet, number 2. Letter B. I mean, letter V. There's 2 different bets. We have B and B. It sounds the same, though. Oh, why are you falling? I think it's Bet with Dagesh, which is the B sound, and then Bet with no Dagesh is the V sound. So one's more crisp and the other one's more relaxed. So we have B and V. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I keep hearing the Hebrew Israelites are a bunch of coons. It's Kanye West, Nick Cannon, Brandon T. Jackson. I like him, but what the heck? His name is coming in pretty strong. I relate to him a lot because he played a satyr in Percy Jackson. And I'm a Capricorn. I'm also a Centaur cusp, but Sagittarius cusp, which is Centaur. And I very much relate to the satyr being a Capricorn. And he doesn't talk about the mysticism that he experienced during that movie. And I think that's what they're upset about, because people focus so much on how he played that character on Big Mama's house, and he had to wear the dress for the humiliation ritual and stuff. Nobody cares about that. We know you had to do what you had to do for your career. Like, ain't nobody really tripping. Like, that's the thing. Ain't nobody really tripping on that. Like, nobody really tripped on it. The movie was funny. The movie was funny. We know that he's not, you know, we know he's not that. So it was a humiliation ritual for you to boost your career. Like, everybody liked him in Lottery Ticket. Everybody liked him. Any movie he played. He was, whether he was extremely funny or he was just that good looking character, he played very well. He's a very good actor. He's very talented. What's up with him being looped in with the Coons, though? I like Nick Cannon, too. Same thing with him. Very talented. And we all like Kanye. I don't like this. I love all these people. I love them. Like, dang. Why can't nobody get... What do you mean, Coons? Because now that I done said it so much, and then they done said that the Hebrew Israelites are a bunch of coons, now I need clarification. They got in the doors and they haven't provided the information necessary for other people to properly allocate those resources for them to be able to prosper. That's true, because they talk about the Hebrew Israelite stuff, but they don't go into depth really, because I follow a few of their platforms and I see what they be doing. And what they be doing is not, it's not as constructive as they think that it is. It's just like another thing. Kanye being a billionaire, he made a luxury clothing brand. It's just a thing that doesn't actually help black people. Nick Cannon having a bunch of kids and practicing polygamy. That's not actually helping black people. Brandon T. Jackson, he's part of the Love Notes movement, which is a currency by Hebrew Israelites, but I looked into it and it's not actually a currency. It's basically like a fancy coupon code machine. When I first heard about it, I interpreted it as like a cryptocurrency of some sort, where you actually could barter and trade, like, well, not necessarily barter and trade, but you know what I mean, transfer the American dollar into another currency, where that's what it appears to be, but when you do your research, it's not that. I'm thinking, because like with a Bitcoin, you can actually have a coin. With certain other coins, you can have governance and ownership. It's not that. Because of course on the website they say things like, oh, we're helping with education of children and providing food for the homeless, and it's just always the same thing over and over again. When the truth of the matter is, if everybody was taught and focused on self-sustainability and community when it comes to actually bartering and trading with each other, that would do way more than creating it's essentially a digital coupon code amongst their network. That's basically what it is. You can't trade it for anything else. You have to use it within their network. Whereas on the blockchain, you can trade different currencies for different prices. Same thing with gold and silver. You can trade different gold and silver bullions and coins for different levels of currency in different countries. You can't do that with Love Notes, so it's not a currency. It's a coupon code. This is the type of stuff that makes me want to cry. Don't wait for a savior. Do it yourself. Buy gold and silver and put it on the shelf. I'm done, y'all. I can't do this anymore. Yes.
How about we make the live stream?
I'm finna get off now.
Is it fine if I go in the room?
For what?
I just want to sit down in there.
Okay. Alright, I'm finna go, y'all. Because this was a lot. It was already a lot. Then I got to the Hebrew Israelites. And now I'm depleted. I'm depleted. Man, what? Y'all said what now? This happened with who? Oh, jeez. Okay.
Florida water, is that new Florida water or the old Florida water?
It's the new Florida water. Electric Lady said, good night, Ellie. Rest well, and you have a great evening.
Is it fine if I sit on here?
All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom, Rain Coins, Thawada. And that means thank you in Hebrew.